or good whatever time it is wherever you are. Here now, it is 8:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. And if you're watching this on replay, feel free to jump forward to about 3.5 minutes in. That's when we're gonna really get started. But I want to give everybody a moment to come in and get set if you want to watch it live. So let me fix my links here. And this Rumble Studio thing is actually pretty good now. They really did a big upgrade on it recently. It's pretty decent. It's pretty good. I tried several of them, and like some of the ones wanted like $80 a month, to be able to stream. And I'm thinking, it could, but I mean that adds up, And so no, Rumble Studio, it's pretty good. All right, let me fix my links here. Mm-hmm. Y'all know what song that is? This one and Superman 70s. It was a long time. The whole thing just collapsed. What the heck? I said Rumble Studio was good, but then now it's like messing up. See, y'all didn't see anything. That's all right. We're gonna get all right. I don't know what's going on. My laptop is basically stopped, just slowed to a crawl here. All right, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. But we're ready to get started. And here's what we're going to do. Now, today I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Normally, we'll go into a pretty comfortable, strong trance and use that state to connect in to the love of the universe. And I'm going to do something a little bit differently. I'm going to do it in the reverse cause and effect order. So today we're just going to start with the breathing. And what this means is you breathe in the air like you normally do, but you're also going to breathe in the infinite love of the universe just directly. Right? We're not going to go into a trance first. But the thing is that's going to lead you into a trance. And I'm just going to guide you through the whole process. All right. Now we are going to do some deep breaths. And here's the thing, right? You can close your eyes at any moment that it feels right for you to do so if you want to do that. But you don't have to. Right? You can close your eyes. That can probably help. But you don't have to. And what you're going to notice is that your system, your mind, will automatically guide you to do those things that are going to give you the best, um, most effective experience. Fix this a little bit. And by doing that, you're going to retain maybe more self direction for the process. You're going to be the one who's going to be continuing to do this. So, are you ready? All right. Now, you do want to separate your hands and uncross your legs, right? And you do want to sit in a comfortable position because you are going to go into a state where that's going to be really comfortable and helpful. Okay. So now we just start breathing in. Okay. And when you breathe in the air and you breathe in the infinite love of the universe with the air. And I think you have an intuitive sense of what that means. There's some experience, whether it's something you see or hear or feel, or some other sensory experience, or some combination of those things that lets you know that, yes, you're connecting with the infinite love of the universe. And if you don't know what that is, make it up. Right. And it sounds obnoxious to say that, but it really does work because the intention is the key, right? You intend to connect to that and you can, right? So you just breathe in, and you can kind of either feel it or see it or hear it. I suppose you could smell or taste it. That would also work, but it's up to you or some combination of that. So you just gather it in. And I don't know if you can feel it spread throughout your body or if it collects in a certain position. Both of those are okay. But either way, when you breathe out, you just breathe out the air. So you breathe in air and the love, breathe out the air. You accumulate more and more. All right. And if you've been doing this with me for several weeks now, you're probably getting pretty good at this. Right? And as I said, at any time you can close your eyes if that helps you and relax into the experience because I do think that's probably something that's going to help. And what you might notice already, especially if you've been doing this for several weeks with me, but even if you haven't, you might notice that that feeling of the infinite love of the universe can change you on the inside, can't it? Because it changes how you feel about things and it changes how you see things because it changes the state that you're starting from. And that's useful, isn't it? Because if you think about it, if you just thought, what state would be a really good one to start from, right? As you continue your breathing, I'm going to keep talking about this for another moment or two. So as you continue the breathing, you might say, well, courage, that's a good one. Yes, that's a good one. But there are situations where courage really is neither here nor there in terms of helpfulness. You could say intelligence, same thing. Really helpful in some situations, doesn't really apply to others. And so I went through and I tried to come up with what's the single most universally applicable state that would be useful and helpful. And it's love. It's love. It's the infinite love of the universe. It's feeling that, it's starting from that, it's embodying that. And if you really get to a strong position there, it's radiating that outward. And isn't this something that all of the great philosophers and religious figures and everyone has said throughout history? That starting from a position of love gives you the power. And here's another thing I've noticed as you keep accumulating, keep breathing, keep accumulating that love. We're going to use it in just a minute, but I want you to really fill up. There's been several times in my life where I've taken this to the point where I filled up completely with the infinite love of the universe to the maximum that my system could hold. And you know what happened? I turned into this kind of torch or a light bulb or something. And I just started radiating it all outward from me. Now, can you imagine that feeling? Can you imagine what that looks like or sounds like or feels like or some combination of those channels of sensory experience? Can you understand what that might be like? And how would your day be like when you do that? My guess is you're not going to have a bad day. I mean, is it even possible? And who in your life have you noticed how many people in the world walk around just barely keeping it together? I mean, I think everybody has days like that at some point. But you know how many people just barely are making it through their day? When these people, they'll notice that you're filled with the infinite love of the universe, and they will notice it. They will respond to it differently. And so you're improving everything else too. You're improving the rest of the world. You're improving other people's experiences too. All right. So at this point, you've been doing the breathing for a little while now, and I think you probably got a lot of the infinite love of the universe inside you. And so we're going to do the first invite. Now, I want you to select exactly one thing. It can be either an emotion that's bothering you, it can be a specific event in your past, it can be something you're concerned about in the future. But pick exactly one thing. And as you continue breathing in the infinite love of the universe and just breathing out the air, I want your mind to select one. And now I want you to simply invite the infinite love of the universe to go inside and resolve that one thing for you. And as soon as you invite, as soon as you make that invitation, you let it go and return to your breathing. Just let it go because you know it's going to work, don't you? Because this is your mind. You can do what you want with it. Can't you? I think you can. And so you return to your breathing and keep breathing in more and more of the infinite love of the universe. And as you continue to experience that, you might notice that it seems to sink or penetrate or settle deeper and deeper into the fabric of your existence. Now, does that make sense? Do you know what? Can you experience that? I don't know if you can experience that, but my guess is you can probably discover it for yourself if you can do that. Because the deeper that sinks in, the more fundamental this is going to become for your personality and mind and just baseline identity. And there's absolutely I can't think of any downside to that. I've thought of this a lot, and I don't think there's any downside to that. So you can keep going. And as you continue to breathe in more of the infinite love of the universe and breathing out just the air, I want you to think of exactly one person in your life who has a conflict that you are aware of and select one person and exactly one conflict that you know that person is experiencing. And again, it could be something they're concerned about in the future. It could be a conflict, an internal conflict for that person. It can be an emotion for that person. And after your next breath in, where you breathe in an extra amount of the infinite love of the universe, I want you to invite the infinite love of the universe to go into that person and resolve that one thing for them. And again, the moment you've made the invitation, let it go. It's done. It is done. And then you just go back to breathing. And at this point, I don't know I don't know exactly what you're feeling right now, but I do know if you feel different from when you did when we started this. I do know you feel different now. And now we're going to go into maybe a little more exploratory territory, because why not? Doesn't the world need more love? It's hard to say no to that, doesn't isn't it? So after your next large breath in of the infinite love of the universe, invite that infinite love of the universe to go out, to go forth, and resolve the single largest chunk of an issue facing the world today. And you might not know specifically what that is, but you know the world does have some problems that need to be resolved. So you can let your mind do the work. And even more than that, you can let the infinite love of the universe do the work. Let the infinite love of the universe decide. And so you make that invitation, and as always, let it go. You let it go. And return to your breathing. And so today I did this differently than I normally do. So please tell me in the comments or on X what you thought of this method compared to the other one. Because I want to keep making things better. That's one of the things I do like to do. I like to make things better. And I think you do too. And I think that's one of the reasons you're here. So if you found this useful or interesting, feel free to share it. And tomorrow, I think I'll be talking about some more esoteric topics. I've got a lot of interest from people on that. But regardless of whatever I talk about, I could talk about tying shoes, and I can weave in benefits for everyone who watches and listens. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So join me tomorrow at 8:30 and enjoy the feeling of the infinite love of the universe for as long as you want or need. And when you're done, you can return to whatever state you need to return to, keeping the infinite love of the universe with you. I think you can do that. So thank you for being here with me today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.